Hello, this is Max. The girl lived on a spaceship for 20 years and met a man, but her spaceship turned out to be a deception. Watch until the end to find out how it all ended. Don't forget to subscribe. The film begins inside an apparently deserted spaceship, and suddenly, a woman enters through a door. This woman is then shown engaged in a workout routine. In a subsequent scene, she is sitting on a chair, and the computer alerts her that oxygen levels have dropped to just 1%. Later on, the computer informs her that another spaceship will arrive in 17 hours, promising an improvement in her breathing conditions, and that she is about to meet the first human. The computer advises her not to be upset, to which she replies with a simple "I know." Helena then watches a recorded message from her parents, who explain that they are sacrificing themselves due to an oxygen shortage so that she can survive. Her mother expresses regret that she couldn't give Helena one last kiss or hug and urges her to hold on until an engineer arrives. During this period, Rebecca, the orbiter's computer, takes care of Helena. Helena goes to sleep and is awakened by the computer system, which instructs her to undergo a medical examination to assess her fitness. It also informs her that some of her injuries are still healing, so she should take it easy for the next few days. Helena then returns to watching more videos of her parents. Later, she is seen working out again, but alarms suddenly blare throughout the ship. The computer alerts her that a coupling procedure has been initiated, and then everything returns to normal as the computer reports that the maneuver was successful. Finally, the spaceship that Helena had been informed about earlier has arrived and docked with hers. She heads to the airlock, where a man in a spacesuit enters. He identifies himself as an engineer who has come to fix the ship and determine the cause of the sudden oxygen decline. Helena introduces herself to Alex, and he begins repairing the ship. As they work together, Helena shares more about her life and offers assistance. Alex has also brought a small robot to expedite the repair process. While Alex focuses on repairs, Helena goes to what appears to be a nursery to harvest vegetables. Once Alex completes the repairs, Helena invites him to join her for dinner, and he accepts. Over dinner, Helena opens up about the circumstances surrounding her parents' deaths, and Alex tells her that she's fortunate. Helena also asks if Alex ever had an interest in visiting Celeste, but he admits that he didn't possess the same resolve as the colonists. The next day, Helena awakens to the computer's announcement that the oxygen reserves have been reactivated, signifying the success of the repairs. Excitedly, she rushes to the control room where she finds Alex working. She shares her relief that she can breathe more easily, and he assures her that conditions will continue to improve. After another workout session, Helena goes to visit Alex in his sleeping quarters but discovers only the small robot. She confides in the robot, unable to understand its responses. Meanwhile, Alex persists in his work on the ship and later informs Helena that he won't be able to have dinner that day due to exhaustion. He bids her good night and retires to his room to sleep. Helena undergoes more medical tests, and the computer reports that everything appears to be in good order. Later, Helena enters Alex's quarters and finds him fast asleep. She wakes him up with her actions, and he wakes up, questioning her actions. She tells him that she has never kissed anyone and that she is going to spend the next 20 years on the ship, so she wants them to get close, claiming that it may be her only chance in life. Alex and Helena are getting closer. Afterward, while Helena lies beside him, Alex gathers his belongings, makes final repairs, and takes an elevator back to his spacecraft. As he's about to depart, Helena wakes up and questions his abrupt departure without saying goodnight. He apologizes, explaining that he didn't want to wake her and expresses regret for the previous night's events. As the elevator door closes, Helena surprises him by saying she isn't sorry. Helena checks the computer and observes Alex wearing his helmet. Exiting the ship, he enters a corridor filled with pipes and lights before emerging on Earth in a guarded facility nestled within a wooded area. Alex continues walking through the woods until he reaches a Jeep. He loads his equipment into the truck and takes the driver's seat. He drives to the main building and reports to Hugo, the head of one of 4 secret international sites conducting experiments on humans with the goal of launching a mission to Celeste, a habitable planet around Alpha Centauri. Earth's oceans have become polluted, rendering the planet unsuitable for future generations. Catherine, the global program director, holds a superior position to Hugo within this secretive initiative. Hugo informs Alex that they might be able to launch the first ships within 20 to 30 years, but Alex seems less enthusiastic. He expresses concern about the people being experimented on, but Hugo dismisses these concerns, emphasizing the greater goal of saving 8 billion humans. He advises Alex to go home, rest, and hope for a different perspective after completing his next assignment. Returning home, Alex prepares a meal and silently sits in a chair. The next morning, he returns to work, where his co-worker urges him to join them for socializing since they miss him. The co-worker shares that Alex's medical reports are positive and that he is fine, inviting him to join for dinner. Alex declines, stating that he will turn on the TV instead. He returns to his home, and while eating, he hears a news report on TV discussing a disaster that occurred on a ship where Alex had been employed. This incident appears to be the cause of Alex's deep unhappiness. As he remains at home, he watches a video featuring Helena in which she mentions that Alex successfully resolved the problem and expresses a wish that he had taken more time to do so. The following day, Alex heads to work on another spacecraft known as 10, but during his drive back, he contemplates stopping at a sign displaying the number 9. Ultimately, he decides against it and continues on his way. Subsequently, Alex visits Sylvia, a therapist he has been regularly seeing. The therapist informs him that they have met a total of 197 times, prompting Alex to request that they have an open and honest conversation. During this conversation, Alex reveals that there are people inside the simulator. Although Sylvia claims to already know this, Alex insists that she doesn't fully understand the situation. He discloses that babies were placed in the simulators and they have now grown into adults, being used as subjects for experiments. Sylvia questions whether Alex was aware of this all along, to which he confirms that he was. While continuing to monitor Helena through the surveillance system, Alex meets Sylvia and confesses that he loves Helena. On the following day, wearing his typical Earth attire, Alex goes to Helena and enters the facility. Inside the simulator, Helena is startled and questions the computer about the situation. Frightened, she approaches the airlock to see Alex. Alex reaches out to her and reveals the truth about her circumstances, explaining that she is not on a ship but on Earth. He insists that they must leave, which terrifies Helena, causing her to retreat. However, Alex produces a camera and informs her that it has been recording since her infancy. Still in disbelief, Helena is shown the tracker implanted in her to monitor her vitals. Alex informs Helena that he intends to send false signals through the tracker and then escorts her out of the simulator. Helena, feeling anxious, inquires about Rebecca, but Alex explains that she's merely a navigation robot with no external communication capabilities. They proceed down the same corridor, and when Helena steps into the sunlight, she becomes disoriented by the sun and the new surroundings. Alex kindly takes her hand and leads her toward a car. Helena's vision remains blurry and she struggles to walk, but they eventually make their way out of the woods. Alex places Helena in the trunk of his Jeep and instructs her to remain quiet. Security guards inspect the Jeep, raising the possibility of capturing Helena. However, they attribute the radiation to her suit and allow Alex to pass. That night, Alex takes Helena to a mountainside and divulges details about the entire project. Helena expresses her desire to see her parents, but Alex advises against it, emphasizing the need to keep her escape a secret. Her parents have dedicated their lives to the project and would likely report her. Alex brings Helena to his apartment, where she is amazed by her surroundings. Alex introduces her to the outside world and even lets her experience the rain, culminating in a kiss between them. The following day, while Alex is away, Helena explores his apartment. She is captivated by his drawings and the chessboard in his room. Meanwhile, Alex confides in Sylvia about successfully getting Helena out. Sylvia expresses concern about potential repercussions if the military discovers their actions, but Alex reassures her that they won't. As he leaves the building, Sylvia personally informs him about a house that he can use as a safe haven to protect Helena. Later, Alex asks Helena if she would like to go somewhere, and she requests to visit his favorite place. He takes her to his laboratory and then to an aquarium, as she wants to watch the ocean. Helena is deeply impressed by everything around her, and they decide to go out for a meal. The following day, Helena attempts to access a locked room, and Alex unlocks it for her. Inside, she discovers 10 simulators, all controlled by Hugo. Alex takes her to a pub to meet his acquaintances, including a doctor named Xiao. They create a story to explain how they met, and it appears that Alex's friends believe it. Helena effortlessly integrates into the group, although it's clear that one of Alex's friends isn't particularly enthusiastic about the idea of traveling to Celeste.
Nevertheless, they all agree on its necessity. Later, Alex takes Helena to Xiao after she develops a rash on her shoulder. Xiao is suspicious of her skin, which appears unaccustomed to sunlight, but he promises to share the results of his tests. Helena manages to track down her parents, who are married programmed scientists unrelated to her, after finding their address in the orbital dossiers. They explain that the 10 participants are clones of individuals who have been deceased for 2 generations, all deceived in the same manner. Helena is handcuffed by the father so he can contact Hugo, but the mother intervenes, knocking him out and allowing Helena to escape. Helena returns to Alex, furious, but he apologizes and she forgives him. Alex seeks assistance from Sylvia, who offers to hide them in an apartment she owns in a slum. Hugo, the leader of the manhunt, conducts an investigation at Alex's residence and finds Sylvia's contact information. As Alex and Helena retrieve the key from Sylvia, Hugo and his aggressive guards approach, suspecting that the pair is hiding there. In a brutal turn of events, Hugo shoots and causes Helena to shriek. In an attempt to escape, Alex and Helena ascend to the rooftops. During their getaway, Helena injures her leg and insists that Alex demonstrate how to leap across a rooftop, but she ultimately refuses and is apprehended. Alex manages to flee, leaving Helena behind. Helena, deemed unsuitable for further study and a live liability to the corporation, is effectively ordered by Kaffer to be terminated at Hugo's discretion. Alex receives a call from Xiao, who provides an update on Helena's health. In an effort to contact Hugo, Alex rushes to the control center but is shot and captured. Hugo learns from Alex that Helena is 6 weeks pregnant, information he obtains from Xiao. Both Hugo and Catherine believe that observing an actual birth and the subsequent formation of a family group with an Orbiter 9 will yield critical insights into the project. Helena informs Hugo that if she and Alex are to return to Orbiter 9, she has one condition. Years later, a young woman emerges from Orbiter 9 into a forest, where she is met by uncontented but elderly Hugo. As the first spacecraft departs for Celeste, the young woman gazes skyward. With a smile on her face, an unidentified stranger emerges from behind her. If you are interested in such films, please proceed to the next video on the screen, and also share your thoughts about this film in the comments. Give us a like and subscribe. Goodbye.